CSS battle time. We have weights. I'm thinking border is going to be our friend here. I'm going to need... I can see a way of doing this where it's all the same border, but we have a bar going across, right? It can have its full border. This can have its full border with some border radius. And then we make this last thing that just has, that's just orange. Maybe just change the color. Same border, but that color. I wonder if that'll work. Let's see. Our border width is like 8 to 28. So 20 pixels. Let's see if it's 20 pixels across. 130 or 40 pixels across. 170? I think it is. So it could be we make this last element just using border and border color and, you know, squish it down but stretch it full length. Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm just going to do that. That sounds quick and easy. Should be a decent solution. I don't know. I feel like someone's going to be real clever with this and how they set it up. Not have 3 elements. Alright, let's go star. We're going to go background. It is going to be orange. We do need that. And then we're going to go border. It's going to be 20 pixels. I wonder if I can just do 5VW. That's going to be about, let's start out with 20 pixels and we'll change it after. Solid and yellow. And I'm trying to think how I want to change that color in a minute, but I think the body is going to be expanding outside of the HTML. Margin 150, 100, 0. Okay. Kind of is doing weird things. I think the body's going to have to be position fixed for me to make this work easily. Come on. There we go. Yeah, so, yeah, there we go. This should be a bit easier. 100, 110, there we go. And let's just do 10. Okay. And we should be good there. Then this guy, we are going to say padding. What are we going to be? We're going to be like 150 for the height and then like 20 for the width. Something like that. Let's margin it into place. Okay. Get a little bit more width on it. 30, that's right. And 10, 20. Okay. There we go. And let's drop our... No, that's about... Is that right? That's right. That's right. Okay, let's get our border radius. Still isn't working. Doesn't seem quite right. Do I need to make it a little bit taller? No. Okay. I'm just trying to see what's wrong with this. that definitely seems right. But why is the border radius so weird? Why is it looking so off? Yeah, that is significantly different. But it's opposite corners. Is this an uneven border radius? Are you serious? I mean, that's not, I mean, it just means adding another, okay, all right. Another value and just figuring out which ones it is, because it'll do opposite corners. It's not, you know, like that. But, okay. Let's do percents. Percents are not happy. These have different ways. 55. Okay, those corners are happy. Nope. Let's see which ones we're changing. Yeah, there we go. Okay, they play off of each other when you do this, though. And I think I'm over the median halfway point, so it essentially counts as 50% at this pixel value. Yeah, at 60 pixels, it's essentially 50%. Why is that not? It's definitely something funky's going on. It is an uneven curve. Well, that is interesting. I'm not seeing this helping me. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put it back down to 1 inch. Yeah. Let's just see what that ends up being. I'm not fighting this. I don't have time to fight it. It's probably going to be fewer pixels. You know, this is a WebKit box reflect is a really big value. Fewer pixels to just make another one, you know, with the same styles. The first paragraph tag could have the same styles, and then the second one can be whatever. Yeah, let's just put in a p tag. Let's actually add it in up in our markup. Now, why is that changing everything? It should be position fixed. Oh, I know why. Whoa. We are getting 4. It's also picking up the box reflect. That's why. It won't matter as long as once I have it styled. But what I'm curious about is how we're seeing, like if I could do this on purpose, do you see how we have 4 things? If I could do that on purpose, that would be kind of cool. All right, let's see. go. We'll fix that in a moment. We got 4 of them. One paragraph. Fascinating. I'm going to move them all down in line, and they're just going to be wide. So it won't matter how many we have. Border color. Nope. Oh my god. I'm going to margin it into place first so that, okay. 19. Yeah, it's bad juju here. This is not going to get 100%. I can already kind of tell. All right, we're going to do 0, and then we're going to say 100. 150. 200. I was hoping it would just stretch full length, but it's not wanting to do that. Is there a way to make it stretch full length without adding margin? I guess I just gotta add more margin. You know, easy. And border color is gonna be this. There we go. Alright, let's hit submit and see how far off we are. 99.3. Okay. How do I want to do that margin? Could a compound margin work? I mean, everything else looks good except for these curves, where it definitely, it's like kind of one-sided. Maybe it isn't alternating. Maybe it's the outside corners. No, it's the left-hand side has more of a curve to it. On both of them? See, on the diff, see, when I'm looking at the picture here, to my eye, this looks like a steeper curve. And then this looks like a steeper curve, like not perfectly even. But on the diff, it's alternate corners that aren't landing. All right. Let's try something. 50% / 35%. Let's change this. 15. 25. No, 15. I always forget how these work. Oh, it's changing our middle element, but it's so wide I can probably get around that anyways. Just up the negative margin, or up the width of it with the padding. I don't think I'm getting any closer with this though, because that's too much. Let's change this one to 50 and start toying with this side, because they each affect, you know, the sides of the radius. Alright, that's 50/50 is nothing. 30. So this is definitely what I need to do. 21, 22. Okay, so that's those corners. You can do a single compound radius, and then you can do another radius. So let's see. You can't do all 4 with compound radiuses. It just doesn't work, not here at least. this is not... Okay, so it needs to be bigger. 9, 51, 2. But once I start making it bigger, the other radius pushes out of whack. And if I make the other radius bigger, this one's going to push out of whack. Okay, here's what I think I need to do. I think I need to get those corners right. And then the other ones, I can... This is maddening. I do not like it. Not enjoying this. This is not fun. Should check the Discord, see if anyone's commented on this. Goodness gracious. It's like I could get it eventually. Eventually. But is it worth it to spend 20 minutes to get it eventually? I'm going to learn more about border radius, that's for sure. I mean, that's always a positive. I don't like the compound radius on this either. I'm just looking at it and it doesn't seem... Interesting how 60 pixels has a different... I wonder if I jump it up to like 160. Yeah, so look how pixels affects things compared to percentages, right? 160 pixels is way over 50% of the width, but if we do 50%, it catches all the edges. So if we do 60 pixels slash 50 pixels, 40, okay, 50, 60, 70. I'm getting like the same results as when I had it. I was thinking maybe it was going to be a little bit of a different vibe, but I cannot. I'm chasing this in circles. I mean, there's always the possibility that I just have these offset. Do I need to twist them a tiny bit? No, they're not tilted because the diff here, you know, on this line is perfect. So they are vertical. Positioning is good. It's just that curve. Yeah. As soon as I change one side, the other side changes. Ooh, but that's actually looking decent. On the top. I'm looking at just this top corner. Just right there. Everything else looks awful, but this top corner is what I've been watching. And it's starting to look good. But then these bottom ones look awful. So, do I need to declare them all the way around? And okay. And that looks good. I'm looking at this diff right here. It looks better. It looks better. Five, 1, 62. Nope. 59. This is crazy. Okay, that looks great. Now this, since it's a box reflect, I think that's where we're going wrong. It's a flipped one. So if we have it the same, we'll be better off. So let's get rid of our box reflect. And that'll make our bar in the middle, much more sensible. Thank goodness. And let's put an element out over there. So it'll actually have to be our first piece. So this will become plus P, right? Yep, things broke, I know. We'll fix it. Let's get rid of this so we still have our nesting. Okay, so this we're just gonna have to margin over into place. There we go. Okay. 50, negative 100, 130, 140. Okay, something like that. 150, 180, 220. Okay. That looks a lot better. Still not perfect. But actually, let's, okay, so this margin is now all wrong. Set a 0. Oh boy, I hope we can find it. That's the biggest struggle with these sometimes, is when you have wild margins that are cascading down. You never know where these things are. Where'd it go? Oh, now it's so huge, I bet the border's not even showing up on the screen. Let's make it 200 by 200. Let's go background red. Let's make it just a big red box that we can see. Oh. We can't see it because it's not there. Because it's really not there. Found it. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of background red. My goodness. And still just 19 and negative 70, something like that. Okay. 99.9, you think? I think so. We can see. Let's see. 0.8. Oh, that's just an insult. It's insulting. Okay. 70, 71, 2. Let's fix this one. So once I get one right, the other one's out of balance. But when I push the other one back, I keep climbing up and I'm not getting the right ratio. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just chasing it back and forth. And again, I'm looking at this top corner here. I'm looking to get that right, and then I'll work down here. So, look, we climb up, we push it over, and then the right-hand side's out. Let's hit it there. 8, 9. Okay. It's decent. It's the top that's just not quite as good as it gets. This is a weird one. This is a really weird one. 9.8. All right, I'm calling it. It's too late. I can't spend any more time on this. Sorry, guys. I do not have a winning solution, and it's okay. Border radiuses are fun. I mean, it's kind of neat seeing how you can manipulate it to create these other shapes. I would feel like maybe clip path. If I knew clip path better, I bet Joe Crawford. I bet he started going clip path route. Because you can define curves in a clip path. I know it's possible, but I've not done it. So I'm curious to see if he figures it out. And Jason Martin, I wonder what he's doing. So they also post their solutions. Look them up. Maybe they'll have a good solution there. I don't got it. All right. Till next time.